Okay, hopefully third time's a charm here. I've been trying to make this pretty card, or do a video on this pretty card, and for some reason it just doesn't want to do. So we're going to try it again. This is the card that we're going to be making. It is a very elegant card, I think. I saw this, or a version of this, on Pinterest. I clicked on a couple of links, but it just kept going around, so I'm not for sure if I have who the original maker is, but I think it's very pretty. I did change a couple of things. I added some things to it, so it is a little different, but not much. All right, so like I said, I've already tried to do this a couple of times, so I have a couple of things done. I have a piece of basic gray cardstock here that is 5.5 by 8.5, and I have scored that at 4 1/4. Let me get the rest of my layers out here. I have another piece of basic gray. Let me get my measurements here. And this one measures 2 3/4. Nope, I'm sorry, basic gray. This measures 3 by 4 1/4. And then I have another one that measures 1 by 1. I have some designer series paper. This is from the Peaceful Place designer series paper. This one is specialty paper. It's got some shine to it on one side. So this measures 4 by 5 1/4. I've got some adhesive on it, so I'm going to stick it over here. Actually, I'll stick it on my adhesive, or my silicone mat. That way it won't stick to anything. Let's see, I have another piece of designer series paper that measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I have one more strip that measures 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Now, I had a piece of the silver foil, and that measured 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I have one more piece of the silver metallic foil that measures 1 1/8 by 1 1/8. Now you can use any of the foils that you want to. This is a different one that I had on the other card because I was making card kits. But and then this one measures 4 by 5 1/4. This is basic white, and this is for the inside of the card. So we will get to that in a minute. I'm going to move this out of the way so that it is not glaring at you. All right, so what I had done with this is, since you don't get very much of this foil, I'm going to put it that way, since we don't get very much of the foil, I cut a square out of the, or a rectangle out of the inside, because you're never going to see it. And then I'm just going to use this as my layer on the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of designer series paper. We're still going to use this, but we need to cut it down. So this one I'm going to cut down to 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Now you could do the same thing with this if you'd like to save even more of your designer series, or not designer series paper, even more of your foil. You could cut another rectangle, or you could use your stitch rectangles and just send it through your die cutting machine. And then you would save even more, because we only get one sheet. You get 3 pieces, but only one of each different kind. And all I'm doing here is, a lot of times when you cut your designer series paper, or any of our papers, we get a little lip on there, and I don't like that lip. So I just run my bone folder over the top of it, and it just smooths that down. All right, so we are going to take our piece of basic gray, and this is going to go on the top of this foil. So I'm just going to take my glue, oh, and I didn't tell you how I took the, so let me do that real quick. Let me put this on here. Okay, here we go. what I did is I put this on my trimmer. And I put it like this because it's easier for me to see. Bring my arm up. I put my designer series or paper or your foil, and I put that at 3/8 of an inch. I put my arm down like this, but I'm holding it up so that it doesn't cut into the paper. And I'm taking this and I'm putting it at 3/8 of an inch. And then I'm bringing it all the way down to, so we're going to put it at 3/8 of an inch. And you're going to push down, and then you're going to cut all the way down to 3 3/4. Then we're going to bring this up, and you're just going to do that on each side. So you're going to bring this in to 3/8. This is going to go up to 3/8 again. You're going to push that down, and you're going to all the way down to 5. And you're going to do that, of course, 2 times, twice on the long side and twice on the shorter side. That's how I got that border so that it's big enough to fit on here. So I had already put glue on this for the last time that I tried to film this. So it's already tacky. So I'm just going to put that down. It's called multi-purpose glue because if you let it dry, it's repositionable. I don't know if you know that, but our Tombow is multi-liquid glue. So if you put it on here wet, it's going to be permanent. But if you put it on here and you let it dry, then it just becomes tacky, and you can, it's removable. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to bend my silver paper there. So let's put some more glue on here. Oh, okay, I'm all right. I almost forgot about my ribbon, but that goes on the other layer, so we're all right. I think I'm all flustered now because of how many times I've had to film this, but that's all right. All right, so this is going to go on here. Just make sure you get an even border all the way around, and that's why we like the multi-purpose glue, because you can kind of wiggle it around a little bit. All right, we'll put that over there for a second. All right, now this little piece of designer series paper, we're going to cut that. We're going to make like little windows right here. And so you're going to cut that at, so right now this measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So what we're going to do is put this in our trimmer, and we're going to put this at 1 1/4, and we're going to slice it. We're going to bring this over and put it at 1 1/4, and then we're going to slice it. And then this last panel will also be 1 1/4. So just keep these in order. And we are going to adhere them to this little piece right here. We will use our glue. I'm trying to be very conscious of where my card is here. So we're just going to put this in here, and we're going to try and get an even border all the way around. So I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the outer 2, and then I'm going to do the inside. Okay. And now we'll do the one that goes on the inside. Just make sure that you keep them in order. And we don't get them like going the wrong direction or anything, up and down. All right, there we go. Looks good. All right, now I'm going to take this textured ribbon, let's say Smokey Slate textured ribbon, but it goes really well with this suite of products. I love it. Okay, so we're going to just make a knot here. We're not going to do a bow. This is probably going to be one of those cards that you're going to hand deliver. So we're just going to make a knot. And I usually keep my ribbon on the roll, less waste that way. And try to make like a square knot, I guess it would be called. Okay. I got a little much on the other side, but that's all right. I'm just going to leave it right like that. All right, and I'm going to take my ribbon scissors and give it a little trim on both sides here. And I'm also going to move this over just a tad and down just a little bit. Now you could always put a glue dot behind there if you want to. I don't think that you have to though. I think this one I want to go, let's see, I want to go this way. And then I'm just going to make them just a little bit shorter. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, now this can go right on the front of your card. I'm just going to use, actually I think I'm going to use my snail for this. And I'm going to put it a little bit up towards the top, just a little bit. Hopefully you can't hear that. I can. I have no idea who it is. Somebody's whooping and hollering somewhere. All right. There we go. All right. Now we're going to take our little piece of basic gray and the bigger piece of basic white, and I'm going to use my memento. I am using the stamp set Inspired Thoughts. I'm using this Peace, Joy, and Love, and wishing you all the beautiful gifts of Christmas. This is in the main catalog. So peace, joy, and love. All right, and then here's our memento. And we're going to stamp that. Peace, joy, and love. I'm going to have to bring it down a little bit towards me so you probably won't see it. And you may see the top of my head. We'll see how it goes. Oh, not too bad. And then the inside greeting. And since these are such delicate lines, don't press so hard on them. I know I have a tendency to like really press down on the stamp, but just kind of do it delicate if you can, so that the lines don't smush down into the paper like that. All right, done. And then I'm going to take this piece of paper just to dress up the inside. It's such a pretty day here. Of course, it's starting to get dark, but it was like almost 60 degrees, I think, today in Wisconsin. So, oof, that's something. But I hear we have snow coming like Tuesday next week. So maybe we'll have a white Christmas because we did not last year. We'll see. All right, so I'll take that. I'm going to take my seal and just run a little bit over the top. This is going to go on the inside here. And then I'm going to take this one right here, and I am actually going to take some of our mini dimensionals. Some mini ones right here. And I am going to, because it's going to hit the ribbon no matter what I do. So I'm going to put a couple at the top and a couple at the bottom. And then I'm going to put one in the, well, no, I'm not going to put one in the middle. I don't think I did. Just to make sure that it's hitting some of the paper. So this is not going to go anywhere. All right. Oh. I forgot about, almost forgot about, where is my little piece of foil? Here it is. But it looks like I did double dimensionals. So I put dimensionals on this part and I put dimensionals on the other part. So we'll do the, you'd only have to put probably one on the inside of this, on the that's attaching to the foil. You don't have to do all of these like I'm doing here. I do want to make sure that this gets stuck to paper and not just to the ribbon. So this is going to go over here. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to take one and I'm going to put it right here on this ribbon so that it's half on the ribbon and half on the paper. And then the other thing you can do if it really bothers you is put a glue dot under here. All right, so you could take a glue dot, pick up a glue dot, and then just push that way under there. Whoops. And then it's not going anywhere. All right. Okay, so there is that. Then I took some of our subtle shimmer sequins, and I just put a little scattering around. Trying to make the nice little triangle that you're supposed to. Just use whichever ones you want to. Oh my goodness, and that just fell right on the glue dot. That's hysterical. Right there. And then that one goes right there. All right, so that is it. There is that one. And here is this one. This one has a little more of a purple tint to it. This is just more shiny silver, but I like them both. I think they're both nice. So whichever one you decide to use, I think that they are going to be pretty. So leave me a comment below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll be listing, goodness sakes, I'll be listing the supplies below as well. So if you have any questions, just look down below. But all supplies can be purchased through my online store at www.happystamp.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.